Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily, and today we are going to be learning how to make this delicious frittata. Join me and I will show you all of the steps it takes to make this. I have gotten all of my ingredients prepped and ready to go for my frittata. I just want to go ahead and show you everything that I used. I used about a cup and a half of these kale greens right here. I have them measured out in my measuring cup. See, as you can see, it's a cup and a half. Sorry about the glare. And then I also am going to be using the sweet Italian style sausage from Al Fresco. I have to be really careful of onions and garlic. So this is one that doesn't actually have onions and garlic. You can feel free to use any kind you want. They have like chorizo chicken sausages. They have garlic ones, spicy ones. So you can just use whichever one you want. I used 3 out of the 4 of those. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna remove the casing. So in order to do that, you're just gonna slice up the side of it like this. And then it'll make a slit where you can just pull the casing right off of it, like so. I know that looks really gross, but there you go. And then you have your casing and you can just throw that away. And then I am going to use 12 ounces of the Idaho crispy hash browns of whatever kind of potato, if you want to use fresh potatoes. I just happen to have these in our freezer and they need to get used up. So I weighed them out into a bowl like this. Then I'm also going to be using 6 eggs. So I have my 6 eggs in my bowl right here. I'll try to show you. I've used about 1/4 of a cup of egg whites in there also. And then I used probably about an ounce of the Parmesan Romano Asiago cheese. The one from Trader Joe's comes in little flakes like this. So I went ahead and just coarsely chopped it into small pieces. You can see right there. Well, that was awkward. Okay, so I chopped it into small pieces, as you can see right here. And I am going to go ahead and add those into my egg mixture. So let's get started on how to make this frittata. First off, I whisked up the eggs and egg whites and added in the cheese along with a little bit of salt and pepper and rosemary. Then I added a drizzle of olive oil to my pan and turned it on to medium-high heat and added my potatoes. I forgot to show you when I was prepping all of my ingredients that I actually decided to chop up some red peppers. So you'll see right here, I moved the potatoes over to one side of the pan and sprayed the other half with an olive oil spray. And then I added in my diced up red peppers and let them cook for a second or two before mixing them all together and letting the potatoes continue to cook. Once the potatoes and the peppers had started to cook and they were pretty well blended, I added some salt, pepper, and some more rosemary to the potato and pepper mixture. I didn't measure any of it. I just sort of eyeball things when I cook. And then I stirred it around and decided that I wanted to add a little bit of water to the pan. So that's what I'm doing here, just a tiny bit, not even 1/4 of a cup. And then I mixed it all together and let the water cook off of it. When the water was done cooking off of the potato and pepper mixture, I removed it from the heat and put it into a separate bowl for later on. Then I put the pan back on the heat and gave it a good spray of the olive oil cooking spray and added in my chicken sausage. Once the chicken sausage had a few minutes to cook, I added in my chopped kale and again added less than 1/4 cup of water just to loosen up the mixture and help the kale cook down a little to get soft. When the kale was soft, I added back in the potato and pepper mixture and made sure that I stirred it around really well so everything was evenly distributed through the pan. When everything was fully mixed and even in the pan, I added my egg mixture again to make sure that everything was pretty even. And I let it sit for about 3 minutes, just letting it cook a little bit and get hard on the bottom before I popped it into my 400-degree oven. Now that the eggs have been set, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the oven. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees, and I'm gonna put this into the oven for about 5 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna put it in for 5, check it. If it's not ready, I'll put it in for another 3. So I pulled out the frittata and it's just still a little bit wobbly. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in for another 3 minutes and see how that works out. I just took my frittata out of the oven and it is perfect now. I ended up cooking it at 400 degrees for 8 minutes. I usually cut it into about 6 servings, so that I will put the Weight Watchers points, if you are following Weight Watchers or anything like that, on the screen right now. And let's cut into this and see what it looks like. Because we're using a non-stick pan, I like to just use sort of a bamboo, excuse the burn marks on that, I like to rest it on the side of my pan, but I like to use a wooden or bamboo spatula just so it doesn't scratch. The benefits of using a spatula is that once you go to serve it, you don't have to dirty another utensil. All right, that is what it looks like. I like to top this with a little bit of Cholula, or I like Valentina. It's just a mild hot sauce. It's not even hot, but that is what I like to top mine with. And there is my finished frittata. It is delicious. I made this once before as a test run. And that, friends, is how I make my frittatas. If you want to substitute any of the ingredients out, that's totally fine. Instead of adding red peppers, you can add onions or green peppers, or you can use sweet potatoes if you wanted to substitute out the potatoes. The options are endless. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to leave me a comment down below, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell. I am going to be doing a lot more of these cook with me and running videos in the future. So remember, YouTube, keep moving.